If you want to spike in your Etsy sales for the months of August and September, these are 7 beginner-friendly digital products that are going to help you make those sales. So I'm going to share my screen and we'll hop into the first one. The first beginner-friendly digital product idea is all about me, and this is the main long tail keyword you are going to target. It is a one-page worksheet that kids can fill out, and it's something you can look back on later on in life and show them like, oh, when you were 5, your favorite color was orange. And so here are the searches. So when this is eRank, and whenever I'm looking for a digital product idea that will stand out on Etsy, I make sure that it has more than 300 searches per month. And so you can see this one has over 400 searches per month. And I like the competition to be less than 20,000, and this competition is only 5,000. So that is a good digital product idea that has a high search volume. So people are searching for it and it has low competition. And that is how you stand out on Etsy. And so if we go over here to the search trends graph, you can see that for August, it usually gets over 2,300 searches per month. In September, it gets around 2,200 searches per month. And so this product is going to spike in sales for August and September. And then let's go over to Etsy. And so you can see here on Etsy that this is super simple to make. It's a one-page worksheet and it'll take you no time to make this. You can do it in like an afternoon. And so this is why I say that this is one of the beginner-friendly digital product ideas. And so whenever you're creating this, you want to make sure that you put all about me as your product title. You want to make sure you have that as a tag, and you want to include it in the very first part of your product description. And that way Etsy and Google both know what you are creating. And so when people search for that, you are more likely to pop up in search results. The second beginner-friendly digital product idea is going to be a Meet the Teacher template. And so this one has very good searches, so about 1,000 searches per month. And the competition is relatively low, only around 3,000 for the competition. And then you can see over here that sales start to spike in July. They really spike in August, start dropping a little bit in September, but still over 3,000 searches in September. And so that's why I encourage you to add this product. Starting now, your sales are going to spike in August and September. And we'll go look on Etsy. And so you can see now it has plenty of popular noun badges. So this is already starting to make sales on Etsy, and super simple to create, just like one page design here. And so you can easily make this in Canva to start getting some sales to your Etsy shop. The third beginner-friendly digital product idea that you can list in your Etsy shop is a first day of school sign printable. And so you are going to want to use these words exactly how I have them here, because these are the search terms that have the high searches and the low competition. And so you can see here it gets about on average 1,300 searches per month. The competition is higher than the last one, but it's still under that 20,000 mark that I like to stay under so that my products actually get found and they're not too competitive. And you can see here over in the search trends, it has about 14,000 searches for the month of August. And so I would definitely be getting this added to your Etsy shop. When we look over on Etsy, we can see here that this is pretty easy to make. So here's one right here, just one page, this one here. These are just one page and they're usually editable so that the parent or the guardian, whoever it is, can go in and add their child's name, change the colors if they want to. But you can make yours where they don't change the colors. They can just add in the name, and that way they can't change your entire design. So these are just a few examples, but these are very simple to make. They're usually just one page. Beginner-friendly product idea number 4 is a Notion template for students. So the keyword you're going to target is Notion template student. And you can see here it has around 400 searches per month. And then over the competition is just a little over 2,000, which is going to be super easy for you to stand out. If we look over here in the trends, you can see that it spikes in August and September, and then it also spikes again in December and January. So which makes sense because that is usually when another semester begins, the new semester begins. With this one, you can get your first set of sales in August and September, and then you can get another good amount of sales in December and January for the new school semester. And so I would definitely be looking to add this into your Etsy shop. And then with this, so this is a Notion template. We can go and look on Etsy. If you have no idea like how to create this from scratch, that's no big deal because there are PLR or done for you Notion templates. All you have to do is go to Google and type in PLR student Notion template, and you'll get some back. I've already searched it. And so there are plenty of options for you to buy done for you Notion templates that you can just customize and resell as your own. Beginner friendly product idea number 5 is a back to school flyer. And you can see here, it gets around 400 searches per month on Etsy, and the competition is like nothing, not even 1,000. And so we can see here that the big spike is going to be in July, and then there's another spike in August as well. I know this data is from 2023, but the back to school season is the same time like every year. So if it spiked in 2023, it'll spike in 2024, it'll spike in 2025. So it'll just keep spiking around the same time each year. And so let's go to Etsy, and you can see here they're already popular. Like all of these have the popular noun badge. These are making sales. And so these are super simple to make. You usually use Canva, and people can edit it with their own personal information. And so these are pretty popular with like hairstylists so that people can get their hair done for the back to school season. So I would create one of these so that the hairstylist can edit it, and then they can give them to people or put them online or however they want to promote. But this is super simple to make. You usually just use Canva, and then it'll be an editable Canva template. The 6th beginner friendly product idea is going to be a homeschool planner. And so this is going to be popular all throughout the year, just because with homeschooling, you can start anytime, do it on your own schedule, so it doesn't really matter. You don't have to buy this in August and September like a typical school season. So the searches are around 1,100 searches per month. Competition is low, still under 20,000 mark, but still some decent competition. And as you can see on the chart here, the highest spike is around July, but it continues to keep making sales pretty much all throughout the year. And so this is a good product to list in your Etsy shop, and you can find plenty of done for you homeschool planners if you just do a quick Google search or even search on Etsy for PLR homeschool planner. You can find some that are already done for you, and you can just list it in your shop. And so that's why I call it a beginner friendly. So this is Etsy. You can see that they have these, there's plenty of them with the bestseller badge or the popular noun badge. So these do sell pretty well all throughout the year. Just grab one that's already done for you that you can quickly edit and get listed in your Etsy shop. And beginner friendly product idea number 7 is an academic planner. So you can see here, good searches, all green bars, which is a good sign. And that usually means that it has a high search volume and low competition. And that's going to help you stand out on Etsy and make sales faster than someone who just makes a general product that either no one is searching for or it's either too competitive. So you want all green bars on eRank if you want to stand out and make sales quickly on Etsy. And then if you look over here, you can see academic planners sell all throughout the year, but they do spike in August, which is their highest selling month. So definitely get one of these added to your Etsy shop quickly so you can capitalize on these sales. And you can see here, these are like typically student planners, and you can buy one already done for you either on Etsy or just search on Google and see what results pop up for you that you can quickly edit and get listed into your Etsy shop. But they are already getting pretty popular. Most of these have the popular noun badge on them. And so I would get this listed so that your product can start being shown with the rest of these academic planners, and people will choose your product over anyone else's because yours will stand out. So those are the 7 beginner-friendly digital products that you can list in your Etsy shop to see a spike in sales for the month of August and September, and even make some sales throughout the year with these products. If you are a complete beginner to Etsy and you're wondering, how do I even get started? Make sure you go to the description and grab my Etsy starter guide. It's completely free, and it walks you through all of the steps that I took to become a top 4% Etsy seller in less than 90 days of starting my Etsy shop. And I did that as a homeschooling stay-at-home mom. So it's straight to the point, none of the fluff, none of the BS. You're going to get exactly what you need to do to make sales on Etsy. And if you're wondering, how did I make my first 100 sales very quickly in just 35 days? Make sure you watch this video over here where I talk about the 5 super important things that I did to make my first 100 sales in just 35 days on Etsy, only working while my kids were sleeping. So if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments and I'll be glad to answer them.